Hello and welcome to the Kavkas, you guys. Another episode for you of Let's Chat Goats. Episode 102, E. Never thought we'd make it.
Hey, second's always the best, bro. That's how we do.
Man.
That's how we do.
So Ethan and I, still in quarantine, we were talking. Who are the top 5 under 21 players? So 21 or under. Ethan came up with this format that he saw somewhere else, and we thought we'd do it. Hit it off, bro.
Yeah. Well, what we've done, got to clarify, there was no talking beforehand. We both went off, tried to find any players 21 or under that fit this criteria.
It's hard.
And I believe we both came up with 7. So
Yeah.
there's a strong chance, not guaranteed, but there's a strong chance we have the same players. But what we'll do, I'll let Alex go first, say his 7, and then I'll see if it's the same. If there's not, I'll say whichever one's different, and then we can go from there.
All right, cool. So I got my notepad and pen here, and I'm ready. Right. Number 1, no particular order, by the way, right?
Yeah, no particular order to start off.
So I got Jadon Sancho, Kylian Mbappe, Matthias de Ligt, Earl Brute Haaland, João Felix, Ansu Fati,
Okay.
and
yeah.
Reece James.
Okay.
That's the 7 that came in my mind.
Well, the first 5 were bang on the same.
Cool. Who you got?
But the other 2, Trent, 21,
All right.
and Kai Havertz.
Ooh. All right. Cool. So
I'm gonna throw just call so I can say his name, and I'm really big fan of him. I'm gonna put Rodrigo in just because.
Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Man, I was thinking about Vinicius as well because I'm wearing the Brazil top. You gotta rep it a little bit.
They're both of them Brazilian, 19, Real Madrid. Vinicius is on the list at least. I'll put him on the list.
On the list.
Wait, that's 11 actually. I think that.
Yeah, but you know the worst part is I was trying to look through this list, and then I was like, Brilliant Bolo, bro, he's 23. Gabby Jesus, like, you know, all these players that we grew up on, like, in recent years, like 3-4 years ago, and it's like, man, they're our age. That's mad. Like,
yeah, no. If we had done this list like 4 years ago, we can talk about them, man. But
yeah, unfortunately, no. All right, so make your case for 5th.
Well, no. So before that, first we gotta make sure the 5 we pick to go through to the final.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta agree on that first and foremost. So I'm gonna get the pen and pad out now, just so I know for sure. I'm pretty certain I can say Kylian Mbappe is definitely on this.
Yeah, and Mbappe's going first, on the first ballot Hall of Famer, bro.
Kylian Mbappe. Well done, my brother. You made it.
I think Sancho, hot commodity right now in Europe. I think we both can agree on that.
Jadon Sancho on the list. Haaland. I'm pretty confident saying.
I think he's the it guy right now.
4th. Okay, so I'm gonna say Felix as a surefire.
João. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would say Felix as well.
Okay, well then this is either where we disagree or we're gonna have to reshuffle because I'm saying Trent is in this.
You're
top
saying
5.
Trent, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might be saying de Ligt
over Trent.
Over Trent. I think he's gonna be a better player in the future. I think he is better than him at the moment. I think he's that good, bro. Don't. All right, give me your cases for Trent, and I'm gonna repute them.
Okay. First question: have you watched the Ligt this season?
4 or 5 times. Serie A games, not including Champions League.
And how did he do in those games?
I think he's been shaky. I think the transfer move has been big for him. To think that he's such a young man, such a big transfer fee. I think the expectations weren't realistic. I think he got caught up at Juventus at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at what is happening to him at Juventus, and Sarri's there is not going great. As in, people are telling me my man's got 71.8% win percentage in it. Don't get me started on that, bro. So, something like that. I saw it this morning. I was like mad, and people are saying he might lose his job, but it's hard to come into a dressing room where there's Chiellini, Bonucci, like Rugani, and there's another guy. I'm not too sure what his name is, but he's playing as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah, he's had a shaky season, but I think we're going to see a different version of De Ligt. It's completely different to what he was used to at Ajax. I think what he did at Ajax when he took him to the semi-final, I think that you can't understate that. But that's the pros for me for De Ligt. Let me hear your Trent.
Well, the first thing you said is he's shaky right now.
Yeah.
I think he will be one of the best centre backs in the world, like undeniably in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, to say he's better than Trent when De Ligt's shaky, Trent's on job. He's doing better than he did last season. And last season, you can include heroics of the Barcelona game, second assister to De Bruyne, and I get the whole case of he can't defend and this and that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where does your boy play?
The way the system works, you play your system, do you not?
Fam, he don't defend.
Do you play when in your system? Do you play your system? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and our system, our fullbacks are very essential going that way. And then how they cover for that, you have Henderson will tuck in behind after that initial high press. That's how we work.
I'm going to ask you one question, though.
Go on.
Is Trent not partially the reason that you guys are out of the Champions League to Atletico? With his mistake? His lack of defending? The one where he set Adrian up. It was his pass. It was his pass.
So Adrian, the pass that was fine, by the way.
No,
the pass was fine. It went to Adrian's right foot. He's right-footed. I can confirm that he's right-footed. Went to his right foot. Adrian decided, no, I won't go left or right. I'm going to pay it straight along the ground between my centre-backs to them. Where is Trent's mistake in this?
Right, it was Trent's positioning that allowed the guy to get in behind, and then he got in that position.
To my point, Trent right now is playing better than De Ligt right now. Last season, De Ligt's achievements can be seen as better because it was him and De Jong who took Ajax of all teams to their semis. But then Trent also won the Champions League with a moment of brilliance against one of the best teams in the world.
Come on, man. Enough of that moment of brilliance. He took a quick corner. When Origi's unmarked. Like, it's quick thinking. I'll give it to you.
4 men around. And none of them caught already.
Yeah.
You say it's just quick. It's a quick corner. It's the presence of mind. Now, you know how many people... If you watch a 90-minute game, and the amount of times there will be situations similar to that, and you just take your time because that's natural. To be present in that moment, you can't underestimate that.
I think so, man. All right, cool. So I'll give you Trent based on current form. Trent's 5.
Calm. So that's our 5.
Yeah.
But listen, we could readdress this in 2 years when it's under 23 and see if that's changed or not. But
it will change because Reece James will be above Trent.
Well, we'll have to see because I think by that point Rodrigo will be top 3. By the way,
can I give you like an honourable mention of a guy that I'm only leaving him out is because he's 16. Ansu Fati, bro.
Yeah.
Fati's 16.
If this was an under 19 one, I think it would have been more of a challenge.
Yeah, because Fati, bro, he hasn't done enough in a Barca shirt yet for me to warrant him to be in. Because I think the 5 that we put through have all done something in the game, as in to a point. Like
they've had at least one standout season, which you can reflect.
They've had their welcome to the party. Ansu Fati, yeah, he's been good, but it helps when you got Lionel next to you, innit?
To be fair, he did do his job without Leo against Inter.
Bro, you know what's mad though? Barca fans feel like he's more important than Griezmann, bro. Like,
I'm not surprised. Did you not see Griezmann's treatment? He's currently not welcome at Barca.
Fully isn't welcome at Barca. But nah, all right, cool. So we can agree Trent's 5, right?
Well, okay, so first off, here's our 5. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so Mbappe, Sancho, Haaland, Felix, Trent. Now, again, if we're going current form as well, I don't think Felix has had the best first season from what I've been seeing.
Yeah, but I think Felix has done enough where he's got enough in the tank of insurance where I think he's definitely not fifth on that list for me. I think he's just raw ability, current impact. You know what the issue is for me? Is the wrong club at the wrong time, fam. He should have never went to Atletico Madrid. He never, ever should have went to Atletico, bro.
Depends, because I've seen glimpses in terms of, like, I've seen matches where I'm like, yeah, this guy. So the game against Juventus is the best one I can use. He's got the abilities there in abundance. He's doing his job, because I like to stress, it's not all about goals and assists. When you're playing well, it will come for the team.
100%.
So I think he has played well. It's just that injuries, and again, for the money, you go, yeah, goals and assists ain't important, but there's still a minimum, and you're replacing Griezmann as well, who had all of that. So I think next season will be better, but this is all I'm saying. Again, first question is, Felix and Haaland, are you saying Haaland's comfortably above him? Just so we're clear.
Felix or Haaland?
Yeah.
I don't think comfortably, but I think he's just above him.
So Haaland's above?
Just.
Okay. Now, for the last one, just so we can confirm, you're putting Felix above Trent as well?
100%. 100%. Like,
why I don't...
Because I always say, call me a traditionalist, innit? My right back needs to know how to do his primary job. I understand you're going to say system. But I'm going to argue now, Felix is playing in a system that doesn't suit him. And he's still looking decent. Like,
well, then this is what I'm saying. It's not our fault he is where he is, but we can only judge him on where he's at. And
yeah, but
Trent,
I think his performances have
been he's currently rated as the best right back in the world.
But the thing is, I agree with you. He is currently rated the best right back in the world. But if you think about these five, they can walk into any team, right?
Yeah, all of them.
And then we're going to talk about, like, what's the impact they would make. I genuinely think Felix would fit more systems than Trent would. Can you see Trent playing in a Mourinho team?
In a Mourinho team, no.
Yeah. No, like, do you know what I mean? But I could see Felix play there because I'm seeing it under Cholo now. Like, do you understand what I mean when I say that? Like, I just think he's more of a complete player in the long run. And I think even now, he's had a bad season, but if you look at it in reality, he's 20. Like, that's a good season for a 20-year-old. It's the price tag.
Well, again, so my point is we've got the ability side. These are the five all in ability, and you're picking at straws to separate them ability-wise. Probably Mbappe, Sancho, the top two ability-wise, but then the other three. But then the only other thing we can go off is the best season we've seen of them, and then how they're playing right now. João Felix's best season, which was last season before he moved, where he played for Benfica in the Europa League and the Portuguese League.
Yeah.
Had a great return, got to the quarters of the Europa League.
Yeah.
I don't like diminishing, as I said in the last video. It's an incredible season for a 19-year-old. Mm-hmm. But then the comparison you're going is you got Trent, age 20 at this time. He's got 12 assists, I believe, 13 assists in the league alone. Yeah. He won the Champions League, second in the Prem. And then to do that, maybe the Champions League is diminishing this season, but he's gone one better in the league, whereas Felix is struggling because he's adapting. No harm to him, but that's where I'm just trying to put this argument about.
All right, Ethan, I just got something up.
Go on.
Felix last year, yeah? So, last year, 15 goals in 26 games in the league for Benfica.
Yeah.
In that year, he won the Primera Liga, so their Liga, and he won the UEFA Nations League. We're going to give him props for that. Are we going to give him props for already having an international trophy?
If you want to give him that, you can. I forgot that existed, I'm not going to lie.
Because what's it called? At the end of the day, yeah, and you're talking about 2019's Golden Boy, bro.
Wait, he got it?
Yeah, he got it. No, he got it. No, that's the picture. That's the picture for the thumbnail. Mr. Golden Boy. I got that.
Fair enough. Listen, I just want to make an argument. I don't mind putting Trent in.
No, bruh. At the end of the day, this is why we chat goats. Like it's as you said, we're picking straws, fam.
Exactly, because it's not harm for me putting Trent fifth. As long the fact he's in top 5, I won my first battle on you, so I don't mind.
Yeah.
So all right, so we got Trent fifth then, and Felix fourth. Now this is where an issue comes up for me because the rest seems pretty straightforward, which is quite boring.
But we're talking about. So the criteria right now for us is what? Current ability.
I'm
what
not
they
gonna.
achieve.
I think on every criteria, the 3 stays the same. It's current ability, form, what they've achieved in their best season.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of booky still. Like
it works out every single way. Like the only way you could adapt it is if Haaland was.
Thank you for watching, guys. It's been another great.
No, I've got an idea to continue. Don't worry, we've got more in stock for you. Just a little bonus, but just to confirm, as I was saying, Haaland, his best season, ironically, is right now. In terms of like breakout, had the best like Champions League run in with Salzburg, sorry, and then he's had the best debut probably to any top European team ever. Like first 5 games been crazy.
You know the worst thing with him is like his family's so open about their little plan they have for him. Have you heard this?
Not the whole thing, no.
His father's a joker. His father came out, he said, okay, we got him to Molde because we needed a stepping stone club. From Molde, he was like, okay, cool. We weren't going to jump to anyone crazy because we needed him to continue playing. Red Bull Salzburg came across. Beautiful. After that, big clubs are begging for him to join. His dad goes, no. Raiola, get him to a club where he can stay a year or two. And then openly they're saying, we have a transfer clause in our contract. And we're going to go. Like, we're not staying long term. He's here just to play. And he's moving on to bigger things. His trophy cabinet's going to be mad, when he retires.
Listen, again, from learning football for my 24 years, I can respect plans like that because they're realistic, they're honest, they're ambitious. And when you're Haaland, the key thing, when you've got disability with that mindset, you're allowed to do this.
Wait, does he remind you of Zlatan?
Stature, ability, not exactly mindset. Similar, but I think Zlatan, it got to a point, his ego, he's a lovable guy, innit? A lovable character. He speaks logic. I've seen him on the American shows when he's at Galaxy, a lovely guy. But I can believe that his ego sometimes inflated just that bit over the top. Haaland, it's too early to tell. We don't know.
Right, I love the little Zen thing. I love the Zen thing. I really did.
Great celebration. Those are the kind of things that, especially in this day and age, making yourself a brand, it works. Because from him doing it, the fact that a whole PSG team is doing it as a comeback at you,
rattled.
Rent-free.
Rattled. But like if you look at his stats, bro, like I've got him up right now. He got 16 at Molde. That's as a 17-year-old. You know when he did that? As a 17-year-old. That's great. And then he moved to like Austrian League, 28 goals in 22 games. The madness, 8 goals in 6 Champions League games for a Champions League games, like for Salzburg. Madness.
He almost single-handedly got them through to the round of 16.
Him and the guy from that
Minamino. No, they had very good. So Minamino, there's another Japanese guy. They had good players. I'm just saying, those are very good. He was out this world. Like you take him out, they barely scrape Europa League place. Haaland almost put them through to the next round.
Bro, his stats for Dortmund. His stats for Dortmund are 12 in 11. He got 12 goals in 11 games. Like,
the guy has been there 3 months, and you got to remember, January is a winter break. So in 2 months, I had 12 goals. One of them against PSG.
You look at his like catalogue of like, bro, the best thing that happened to him, in my opinion, is that Norway qualified for the Euros, didn't they?
I don't know.
I think they're in the playoffs, Bro,
hey,
and that's next year.
If there's ever a time for you to like make your statement, if he took them to Euros, sky's the limit, bro.
And not even that, bro. Can you imagine his welcome to the tournament moment? Like, he will have one of those as well. Like, because he's a great. You know, greats always have those moments. It's just customary.
He's definitely capable of that stuff.
Unfortunately, going on a tangent, remember Raheem Sterling's one? Scored for England, at least we all thought.
So let's see, that strike. Oh my God. Yeah, I just remembered. That was incredible. I've never jumped up my seat so much for a goal that wasn't.
Bro, me and my boy were jumping up and down. We were hugging, yeah. And we're like, yeah, one. What?
I was like, wow.
With left peg as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was his right foot, but it's like 40 yards out.
Oh,
ridiculous.
Madness, man.
Great.
But no, number 3.
So Haaland, after all that freaking praise, and you come third, that says a lot about top 2.
Says a lot about top 2.
I want to stress this as well, just as a disclaimer, that these are my favourite 2. I've said this from last season. My favourite 2 under 21 players in the world right now. I think Mbappe, for a start, is my favourite player in the world right now, just generally speaking.
In the world.
Like, if you don't talk about Liverpool, I love Liverpool, and Firmino being the guy, Mbappe, number 1. But we'll give them their fair talk because we did this for Haaland. Let's go with Sancho.
Wait, whoa.
What?
Current form. I'm not gonna lie. I'm inclined just to.
Sancho. If you're saying current form, Mbappe is doing the same as he's done in the last 2 years, and he also beat Sancho, which is the key.
I can't bet. Listen, Neymar beat Sancho. Okay, that was all Neymar.
You're saying that like the first game, which is 2-1, both of them were involved in the goal.
Yeah, and then the second game, he sat on the bench. He came on with 20 minutes to go.
Made sure they stayed through, bro.
No, but all right, cool. Potential-wise, I think Mbappe's the man. He
both current ability, potential ability,
and current form,
and then best season Mbappe's won as well.
I'm reaching in it. I'm reaching.
You know what it is? It'd be different if this guy wasn't a World Cup winner.
Yeah.
If he wasn't a World Cup winner, we could have a 1-2 discussion. But Mbappe,
yeah, because I'll be sticking it on the French league. I literally would be, but I can't because we'll get onto him in it. But let's talk about Sancho first.
Let's give Sancho his props because we've done it for Haaland. Sancho, what a guy! Biggest thing I love about him, Englishman decided England's not for me. I'm leaving. I'm doing better for myself.
I love it.
I'm not being suppressed by the system. I'm my own man. You're gonna regret this.
Fam, you know the most beautiful thing about that whole thing about him going abroad?
Mm-hmm.
He's made his family so rich. He's made his family so rich that his father's so happy he did not pull out, fam. I'm telling you. Like, literally, they must be so happy right now because he settled them for life. He could have been at Man City on 2-3 grand, 4 grand, 10 grand, and he never knows if he's good enough. He took a chance on himself, got a great signing on fee, and proved it. Like, I'm like, you know how I am with my views on money, innit? Secure the bag, then worry about your career. The most important thing to do, because your family needs to come first. Too many players like, oh yeah, I'll stay at Chelsea. Whatever, bro, move on.
This is where we see it different because to go to Dortmund was risking his finances, in my opinion. Because
he got paid nicely though.
Not when he first went. No, signing on fee. Yeah, that's not any youngster would have got a good signing on fee. But in terms of your pay, like Man City were ready to offer him 20 grand or whatnot. He probably first went to Dortmund on 10 grand, taking a cut. So this is where the reason I love Sancho's what he's done is because naturally what you do is you go, oh wow, I'm already at Chelsea. I'm at Man City. I'm at this big club with assured money coming in, a good wage to base it off. So even if it doesn't work out here, I'll maybe get one more pay rise and then I can try get into another club on a free. Where Sancho went, fund the money right now. Let me go to a club that's still got a high reputation because I think I'm capable of playing at this level. But once I proved it, then I can sort out my finances because they will come. This is where I think youngsters are misguided. If you play well, people need to realize if you play well, the money will come no matter what. The only thing that can risk you is a career-ending injury, and that's rare.
And
You know what I
it's
mean?
rare, but it's still a factor. Like,
Yeah, but then this, like, again, you're a businessman. You got to play your percentages.
yeah,
If there's a high percentage, if the percentages outweigh in terms of you playing well and getting a contract to you getting a career-ending injury, I'd go with the high percentage.
yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? So
But
different.
it's the opportunity cost in it at the end of the day. Like, it's
And if
moving
you
somewhere. Like, the next best alternative.
and then the biggest thing as well. Again, I touched on this a little bit in the last episode. Leaving England, if you watch, is the key. So many youngsters. There's a few that got a lot of respect from me because they've left England to learn and develop.
Mm-hmm.
Chalobah was one of the first ones
Mm-hmm.
when he went to Napoli on loan. He could have easily went to like an Everton, or he's at Watford now. He could have went there on a loan. He could have went to, you know what I mean, one of those clubs. He said, no, let me go abroad. Let me learn a new style of play. Let me learn a new culture, a new way of living. Let me understand a different perspective. Come back with a bit more knowledge. He done that. Unfortunately, injuries and whatnot, and the timing, he couldn't make it at Chelsea, but he's still in the Prem, top club, getting paid well. And I thought he's 25, 26, so you can't rule out a big move.
You can't. You really can't.
He's playing well at Watford. They're doing well now. He could still come back and do that stuff.
And
So,
Pearson likes him as well, which is great. Like,
exactly. And more examples. One that's a bit more closer to us is Cess.
yeah,
He go Sweden.
yeah,
Yeah, he played the non-league here. He's doing his thing. He got paid, but it's like no, there was no like actual progress token pro levels. Goes to Sweden. He's closer to that top level. He was playing well, and now he's looking at potentially coming back in a better stand.
What was I saying to you though? You know the Sancho thing, yeah?
Mm.
Not only did he go, he actually broke into the team and kicked Pulisic out the team, which is impressive.
He backed himself, and he can because he's sick.
Ethan, listen to this.
Baller. Go on.
16 assists, 14 goals, 23 Bundesliga games this year.
Right.
If that ain't phenomenal, I don't know what is, bro.
Well, then this is where like talks about farmers leagues and stuff like that. So like an example I'll use right now, I think the biggest one for Premier League standpoint is Nicolas Pepe. You look at him last season with his 20 plus goals, and I think he hit double digit with assists. Maybe he got between 5 and 10. But he had a great season. If you're talking numbers and his impact, he's gone to Arsenal. He's got 4 goals and 6 assists from somewhere, but from the 70 mil you pay and you're at Arsenal, it's not a good look.
Yeah.
But this is where players like that, he's still a very good player, whether people want to say it or not.
Yeah.
But systems matter more. If you're playing a certain way, where, for example, they're playing 2 up top, Pepe only plays right wing. He's not learned any other way of playing. He is
They tried to play him up top. It's just so stupid.
So you're forcing him up top, or you play him right wing at the sacrifice of having to play Aubameyang left wing, which at the time they didn't want to do, but not playing Ozil, who's their most technically gifted player, to complement them. So it's like it works backwards. So from that same thing, the point I was trying to make anyway is you can see ability. You know if a guy's got it or not. I think Pepe is a very good player, and you can show that. Sancho's got it. Mbappe's got it. You don't need to put them in the best league right now to see that. You can see where they're playing and how they're playing in comparison to what's around them. They've got it. You know, once they get that move, they can do it, man.
And you know,
and treat it right.
You know what's beautiful about seeing what Sancho is doing at the moment? Mm-hmm. It's real recognizes real. What Neymar said after that game was, I think, the biggest compliment you can give any youngster. Neymar said he's going to win 2 to 3 Ballon d'Ors by the end of his career because that's how good he is. He said he was the best player on the pitch after that first leg. Imagine Haaland does that and Sancho is the one that's getting the credit from the best player on that pitch. Well, people might argue that Mbappe is better than Neymar. I'm still in the Neymar camp. We still got the name on the back.
Yeah. Neymar is a... what's the word? He's an eccentric character.
Yeah.
He is Marmite. You either love him or you hate him. But ability has always been there. It always will be there. And as much as I love Mbappe, Maybe in 4 or 5 years he can take over once Neymar has his little. But Neymar's still the best player. You know what I mean?
Bruh, but you know what? So, Sancho, everyone's talking about the move.
Yeah, I
Your
don't know.
thoughts?
In an ideal world, give it another season because he has a chance to make history in the Bundesliga, which would solidify my case to help Dortmund overthrow that powerhouse or tyrant, even if you want to call them, Bayern Munich. I'd love to see that, especially with Haaland by his side. Both of them. Imagine both of them do it, and then they both leave.
Bruh, and you know the worst thing is he's got 2 years left on his deal right now.
Yeah,
Sancho
still
has
one more year, man.
one more year. And you know what else is beautiful about this? He needs that one more year in the Bundesliga. He cannot, for me, risk coming to England, United or Chelsea, and becoming top dog in that team straight away. Because for me right now, if he comes, I hate our media at times. They're going to jump on his back. The guy's going to need to deliver same stats as he's delivering in the Bundesliga in England. Because I tweeted this the other day. 10 goals and 9 assists for Sancho will be considered a flop.
Yeah.
And in the league, that's actually crazy if you deep it. For a 21-year-old, that's what he's going to be when he comes in. I don't think it's realistic for him to come and expect these kind of numbers. Eden Hazard numbers, what took him 7 years to do.
But in his last season to have a phenomenal return, you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
But he was
and you know
still
the
a
worst
great
thing
player
is,
before that. Yeah,
if he comes in and does a Hazard first season, people will consider it as a flop. People won't look at performances.
No.
People
What
won't
I don't think they'll say. I don't think they'll consider it a flop, but they won't give him the credit for it. They'll be like, no, he was supposed to do that. He cost 100 and whatever mil.
And I think that's such a. For me, I came up with a blueprint the other day for his career, innit? So if he wants to come and give me a little 5%, I'll be very
Little
happy.
career advisor, yeah.
On a level, the most beautiful plan. Stay at Dortmund for one more year. Next year, jet off to Juventus, pick yourself up on an Italian trophy, stay there for 2 years, and then go to Barcelona, Real Madrid. And when you're 28, 29, come to England and bless us with 1 or 2 years and say, you know what? I didn't need you my whole career. I left you. You does not need the Premier League. It's not that deep. We're not as great as everyone says we are.
I will amend that career plan a little bit by saying stay at Dortmund one more year. If one of Man U, Chelsea, not Man City, I say don't go back. Show them you mean business. They missed their chance. Don't go to Man City. If one of Man U, Chelsea, or I'm just throwing this out there. I hope it don't come to this because I love my front three. But if one of the three goes and Liverpool have enough funds, if one of those three come about, Liverpool would be in the best place as a squad. But the other two, if they develop from this season and then show proper intent, Ziyech works out, they get in a great centre back, left back, whatnot. Man U sort themselves out. You go there where they're now ready to be title challengers and you can be a part of spearheading. Then you show your greatness in the Prem at age 22, 23, up until 24, 25. Then you go to Real Madrid, Barca, and become. That's where
Don't
you
do that.
That's where you do. That's where you do the Ronaldo thing, where you go from being best player in the world at Man U to best player in the world. You know what I mean? That's the argument at one of those teams.
Don't come. If he's gonna do that, don't come. My heart's already broken with Eden going to Real Madrid. I don't want to see another one in it.
Yeah,
don't do it.
Okay, I'll ask you it like this then. If you knew Hazard was leaving at the end when you first bought him, but he was going to give you all that joy, would you firm it?
100%, fam.
Firm it again. Firm it again. Because if Sancho brings you 2 Premier League titles, I'm sure you'll get over it.
Yeah,
and a Champions League. Yeah, exactly. So do what I said. But if they don't get better, then go to one of those big teams, one of the Real Madrid or Bayern. I'd say go to Juventus when you're 28, 29, because I don't like disrespect. That there's beauty in watching Serie A. People don't realize the tactical games that go on there are some of the best things. It's just that naturally most people, especially if you watch Premier League, it's the most entertaining thing, back and forth. Who can win? You don't know. You go to Serie A. Sometimes it is a who can win, but it's chess. You take one step, then there's a 1-0. Okay, are there any more goals? Maybe a 1-1, and then that's considered boring.
Bro, what I say?
29, man. Go there.
I saw a great stat, a great quote. I don't know who it was from, but they were like, in Italy, once it's 3-0, get back in the camera, bro.
Sorry.
Yeah. He was saying once you get to 3-0, they consider it game done. Let's not run the clock up. Let's not disrespect our opponents. think that's kind of mad still. I'm not going to lie to you. Like,
Well, it says for it to get to 3-0 in Italy, it says a lot. I think for a lot of them, it's like when it hit 2-0, you're asking, that's like 90% game done.
and
With
then
a few exceptions.
And then if you actually deep it, yeah, you know what's interesting about the Sancho move right now? I think one factor that people are underrating, home. He's a London boy, fam. Like
That's why I want him to hold out for at least hold out one season, then come back, because then it shows you've got that control of England's not that.
Yeah, like, for me, I think
eventually he will come back because again,
people forget another thing, innit? He's boys with Hudson-Odoi. He's boys with Tammy. He's boys.
Yeah. It'd make more sense to go Chelsea and Man U in that sense.
Like people, bro, someone try to tell me, yeah, oh, he's boys with Lingard too, fam. Lingard is praying he don't come, bro.
Now.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Lingard's like 28, bro.
Get out of here, bro. But no. Wait, E, how many Ballon d'Ors? Go on.
Well,
how many Ballon d'Ors is going to win?
I think can be the segue that I want, because it all depends on number one. Because realistically, if this guy ends up at Real Madrid and wins Champions League every year, which obviously, realistically, there will probably be something, but if anyone's capable in this climate to do that with where the game's going, Mbappe is going to decide that.
And not only that, I think you're spot on in what you said in this climate. Because if this was 10, 15 years ago, I'd be like, the same names don't win it over and over again.
If you're going back to, like, Ronaldo and Zidane winning 3 each was seen as amazing at the time.
And
now
we've got
2 people winning 6. The 2 people winning 6 each. You know what I mean?
Went through Shevchenko, or what was it?
Yeah, Kaka trying to throw his hat in for the top 3. You had Cannavaro even won one. Cannavaro.
Shevchenko, bro. My guy won it on, and I'm so proud of him.
But there was so much diversity. You had George Weah won it 1 year. Ronaldinho looked like he was gonna do what Messi and Ronaldo did, but then chilled out after his 2. So it's like, I think those 2 will be. Well, I think Mbappe on his own will be the big, like, it'll be him and then everyone else, but I think it'll be more split out. So Mbappe, I think, will win like 4 or 5, and then the others can win 1, 2s.
Mbappe is gonna have a Thierry Henry kind of career, in my opinion. You know, like he's just gonna be remembered forever, bro. Like now we've segued onto him, bro. This kid is phenomenal. I can't believe I even had to disrespect him a little bit. You know, like Kylian, bro.
You wanna know how deep it is? I saw his game against Man City.
Yeah.
The breakout game. I was like, where the fuck did this kid come from?
Oh, bro, I remember that.
Thing of beauty. Like, he bodied. You had like Otamendi and shit. They're good centre backs, but they ain't the best of the best. But to be 17, breakout here, you're bodying them, man. Coming out of nowhere, scoring doubles.
Ethan, you want to hear this, yeah? Listen to this. Monaco first season, 1 goal, 14 games. 16-year-old. Yeah?
Right. 14 games. Was that the 15-16 season?
Yeah.
Okay, I had to make sure, because then you get into madness. Let's go.
Then he goes, 26 goals in 44 games. Debut season, yeah? He gets 6 goals in 9 Champions League games. And, we're football fanatics. We
Man
remember.
City, Dortmund, Juventus.
He did bits in those games. Goals were not the takeaways from those games. Like,
he done more than goals, but goals help a lot. You know what I mean?
Bro, that team as well. João Moutinho, what's it called? Bernardo Silva, Mendy, Sidibe. Don't get me started on Lamar in it. Lamar is exactly what I'm praying João Felix does not become, yeah? Because I am praying Cholo does not ruin him the way you ruined Lamar.
I think that's where mindset comes into it. Like, the king, the golden boy, Mbappe, I see he had that. He had this and he had this. Lamar, very good technical player. He's actually older, but certain players they're set in their ways and they can't adapt.
He's a very simple player as well.
Exactly. It's like if he's not in that kind of setup at the next team, you're asking a lot of that guy. If it worked out straight off the back, which is what happens, then they get that form. But Mbappe, it could have not worked out straight away for PSG, and it was going to work. You know
Ethan, listen to this. This is where the numbers start crunching in it, because we love our little stats. 21 goals in 44 games for PSG first season. 39 in 43 the season after. And this season, he was averaging 30 in 33. But this is where this gets mad. He's got 64 league goals in 76 games. Yeah. And he's already got 13 Champions League goals. No, my apologies. 19 in 33 games. Ronaldo, brother, your record is getting slapped by the time my man's finished with it. Because this is crazy. He's 20 or 21. What is
21
he?
now, 21. But
he just turned 21.
He is 21. Like, he's not turning 22 this season.
Bro, coronavirus is trying to stop him.
Stop everyone, bro. It's stopping us, stopping him, stopping... so much is supposed to be going on, man.
Fam, the Euros are meant to be happening right now. Can you deep it? Like, it's so jarring. Like,
I don't know.
No, but like, we're meant... Listen, you know me and you. I had plans for this channel and Euros, innit? And they had to put it on a postponed thing, innit? It is annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. I was going to cover every minute of every day, bro. I genuinely was going to cover that. Bro, but you know what? Let's talk about his accolades and how good this kid is. So at Monaco, he led them to a title.
Yep, led them to a title against the powerhouse that is. Granted, PSG didn't have Neymar yet, but still PSG was PSG.
Bro, they had Cavani and Zlatan. What else do you need, bro?
Zlatan was gone. Zlatan was at Man U.
Wait, who do they have up top?
Cavani. It was Cavani, Di Maria, fuck's sake.
Lavezzi.
I think maybe Lavezzi, but I thought he had gone at that point. But you had like them two, and then like Draxler's and Verratti's and.
Bro, you know what? You know what's jarring, yeah? This is why this is for another day. Bottle job managers, we're gonna have one of this, yeah. Carlo Ancelotti, yeah, and Unai Emery are one of the two. Because I'm telling you right now, they bottle leagues, yeah, both of them, more than anyone. Carlo bottled one 4 years back, I think, when Montpellier won the league or Lyon won the league. It was one of the two. He didn't win the league in France. I don't know how. And then,
I know what season, 11, 12 seasons, what you're talking about.
Carlo didn't win the league 1 year. I remember Rajiv was pissed. Shout out to Rajiv. I know you're watching. And more importantly, yeah. But literally, and then, Emery, how they did not win that league, I don't understand. I understand they got Radamel Falcao. I understand they got Bernardo Silva, Lamar, like Mbappe. But these are young. Bro, they had Bakayoko in the middle with Fabinho. This team's actually mad when I think about how good they were, you know. They've actually all went on to do great stuff in their careers, apart from my guy Bakayoko. But even him, Lamar got paid, all right?
Bakayoko got paid?
Bakayoko got abused.
By comparison, Bakayoko done better than Lamar.
Career-wise, yeah.
He got loan moves after that as well.
Not only that, he's gonna sit down his grandkids one day and tell them he played for Monaco, Chelsea, and what's it called, Milan.
Yeah,
bro, that's a career and a half.
Exactly. Lamar's been struggling for 3 years.
Man, so they did a treble. They did.
They won one of the cups. I know that.
They won one of the cups. No, they finished runner-up in both. I'm checking now. Runner-up in both, and they won the league. For me, that's a great season for him. And then PSG 2 league titles. We ain't gonna talk about that nonsense, innit?
Yeah, we're talking about a player in it. They were gonna win the league, but if Neymar's been there, they won the league.
Oh, you know, like me and you were recently talking about, you know how Pele had his breakout moment at the World Cup. Phenomenal had his moment. We ain't even gonna call it. Maybe we know who we're talking about in it. This guy, he had his moment at the World Cup. Neymar had his moment at the World Cup as well. You know, he had a World Cup.
The scumbag who need him in the back for it.
Yeah, and you know there was a lot of players that had moments in it. Mbappe had his moment at the World Cup. Like, that's your favorite game of the tournament. Talk about him.
What a game. People, if you've got time, hour and a half to kill, go FIFA TV, YouTube. You'll see 8.6 million subs. They've been showing World Cup games. That game was the second or third day, I think. I watched it back. I love it more. The guy is different levels. Every time he appeared and done something, it was like, yeah.
You know what's mad? The platform was set for Messi, and we got for me, the pass of the torch.
For number 10, yeah.
Yeah,
so they're both 10. You know what I mean?
It was literally the passing of the torch because this kid is unbelievable. Like, I think I disrespect him because he's out of sight and out of mind in France. But when we sit down and
This is
talk,
2 years ago now. This is 2 years since that moment. It's been 2 years. And look at him now, just doing his thing.
you know what I don't want him to lose though? His innocence. Like the way he's so flawless. He's so techie. He's such a great player in it. I don't want him to get Neymar's negative traits.
Well, okay, so for that, you showed me this clip, the one where he come off as a sub, and was it Sancho took him off, and he was annoyed because he got taken off.
That's the second time, by the way. That's the second time it happened.
At this early stage, the reason I'm willing to look positively is because CR7 would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
And look at where he's at now. There is the winner's trait, which tells you I don't want to come off. That I'm all for. It is the bratty trait, whereas a Neymar coming off in that situation, I would imagine him kicking something, walking down the tunnel, all that kind of shit.
Yeah? You know Ronaldo would do that now as well.
What?
Ronaldo would not have getting subbed, bro. Did you not see when Sorry subbed them this year?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. He's in a position. Look, Ronaldo with his big self is in that situation. You go, fair enough. You're Ronaldo, innit? You're a big guy in this footballing world. So there's still hope in that sense, because I was going to say that became a bit of an issue with Sancho. There's coming out, he's unwrestling the Dortmund side with the players back and distant, all that stuff. I was like, please don't do this over England. Please don't. Just keep your mind straight. And since that come out, because that was December, I've heard nothing bad since.
And you know what it was? I remember it was the game where...
It was after the Barca game.
No, it was the thingy game, bro. So they played Bayern Munich. And all that happened the week before. He got subbed within 27 minutes. And after that, I ain't heard one bad thing about him. They literally made an example out of him. And I kind of rate it low-key. I'm not going to lie to you. They basically told him, you ain't bigger than the club, mate. Like, you're a big star, but you ain't bigger than this club. Like, and it needs to be done to young players.
It's one word that needs to resonate throughout football, and it's respect, innit? You think you're bigger than us? That's your opinion. Do not put that in a public light, because that's disrespecting us and what we've done for you. Show us respect, you'll get respect given back. You know Dortmund, they're not going to stop him moving when the time comes. And they offer the right amount. Just show him respect.
Bruh, Mbappe. He won silver award, best young player at the World Cup. And
then second, but no, he didn't get second. It was Hazard, didn't it? It was Modric, Hazard. Okay, yeah, he got best young player at the World Cup.
But then if we sit down now and talk, because you wanted to do this, I know where you were going with this. The same mindset, being friends for long enough. Out of the 5 players we've got on the list, so the order as we agreed on, Trent, Felix, Haaland, Sancho, Baps.
Yes.
How many Ballon d'Ors are there as a collective?
Well, I'll tell you what my plan is after. But for that, as I said, I think it will be Mbappe will have 5, and then the rest can share the rest if they do well enough. I don't think there'll be a top 2 or 3 that stand out from the rest.
You don't think he's gonna top? Don't think he's gonna top Messi? Messi got 6, right?
Yes. I can double check that now. I think he got 6. I think last season was his.
Right, Messi got.
He should have had 6, but then freaking
Modric, fam.
Yeah, I think I'll double check it, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Scrolling down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. He has individual 1, 2, 3, 4. I did get 6. So Modric got 2018, and he got 2019.
But no, so I think Sancho will get 1.
I think Sancho and Haaland. Sancho, Haaland, potentially Felix, if he can break out and then just have at least one like standout season where he just goes mad. They all get 1. I'll put Sancho forward to get 2, if anything. I don't think Trent will win a Ballon d'Or. I'm not gonna lie. For me, I genuinely think. Even if he was, let's say he was still at Liverpool and things changed, I think there'll be a striker or something in that team or another Van Dijk that will win it over him. Like, it'll be someone in his team to cut him, if anything.
For me, I personally think No, none for Trent, none for Haaland. I don't think Haaland will ever win one. Because I think being a number 9 is harder. Only because you could put up good numbers.
But I think that's it. If he got a freakish return 1 year, in comparison to, like, let's say Mbappe done a 30 and 30, and then Haaland gets like a 50 and 35, that kind of ratio, and wins the Champions League and stuff like that.
Listen to what you're saying, though.
You'd win one thing you got to remember is you also got to think: is there going to be a season where one of them outdo the other in titles?
Right, but you know what the madness is, yeah? There's only so many clubs. So for me, I don't see Haaland at Barcelona.
Where do you see him ending up?
I see him at Madrid.
Exactly.
And I see Mbappe at Madrid. And I think if those two are in the same place, it'll always be Mbappe.
Yeah, that's different. If that was the case, then that's the same thing. There could be a case made that it could be Sancho and Mbappe at one of these clubs or something like that.
It's like, because, you know, like, I've in my head, yeah, I see the future. This is like in my future.
Mm-hmm.
I see Haaland and Mbappe at Madrid. I see Lautaro Martinez and Neymar at Barcelona.
Neymar.
I think Neymar's going back this summer, bro. I'm dead serious.
Where do you see Sancho then?
Sancho's staying at Chelsea, fam. I don't know about you.
He's staying like he's there.
He's coming home, fam. I'm telling you.
What, like England?
Yeah, no, bro. He's coming to London, innit? Like, there's only one club in London that can afford him. Newcastle ain't doing. Bro, you see the deal got confirmed.
What, the 300 mil?
The Newcastle, fam. If ever they want to make a statement signing, get Sancho. If ever they
I'm just saying, if Sancho goes through all that to then go Newcastle, the whole thing would be for nothing then. The whole, I'm only going Champions League.
Oi, Ethan. Santiago Munez, yeah, or as you guys like to call him, Jose Almiron, is going to be getting caked. I love it.
You said Jose, bro. Miguel.
That's the one. That's the one, but I love that guy.
He's a baller. If anyone ever... He exemplified, don't just watch goals and assists to judge this guy. He was about it. Literally, before he scored, his only problem was when he gets into the box, his feet turn to jelly, and for some reason the goal just disappears, and he only knows corner flags. Otherwise, he does everything else. He put balls on plates for people and they wouldn't score. That's not his fault. Okay? It took a left back to get him an assist.
Oi, that thing you wanted to do, we got 7 minutes, so let's wrap it up quick.
We'll make this a very quick one. We've talked about under 21s. I'm now going to change it, and I'm going to remove one name because he also fits in this. If you had to pick one under 19 out of these 10 I'm going to say to stand out from the rest, who would it be? We have 10 lists, 2 you may have not heard of. So that's going to be interesting. But number 1, obviously, there's Haaland, so I'm going to remove him because he's already in the under 21 category. Mm-hmm. Starting off, you got Vinicius, Alphonso Davies, Rodrigo, Ansu Fati, which may be your answer already, Cho, Cesc, Foden, Renier from Brazil. I forgot what club they got him from. I think it's Flamengo. Flamengo, isn't it? He was with Gabigol, innit?
Absolute baller. I'm telling you. Oh, I've seen so many videos of this kid.
Well, then there you go. There's Renier. 2 more. You got Cherki from Lyon. And then Sergino Dest from Ajax, right back.
He's good player. Bro, you know who I'm going to put? He's not on your list. He's not on your list. He's the guy from Rennes.
He's 20.
He's 20.
That's what I'm saying. Man. Yeah, Camavinga. I know you're talking about.
Camavinga. He's a baller. But for me, I think Hudson-Odoi, bro. I think he I'm going to take that back. Hudson-Odoi on what I like to think he could become. Of what I know, what I've seen. Because, bro, you don't dominate youth tournaments the way he has and be a bad player. Because there's been tournaments where him and Foden were the best players and Sancho was a backup dancer. Let's not lie about that, right? Cho, the World Cup one, Cho was the best player. Yeah, Cho was the best player there. Like, there was a reason he got, there were so many accolades he was getting. But Ansu Fati, bro. Only because Barca don't die, fam. Barca don't die. That's so. To wrap it up for me, quick answer. It's gonna be Ansu.
Okay, so mine, purely because I've known about this guy for 2 years now. So before this season, when he broke out, I knew about him last year. FM done my research, Pez as well a little bit, and he's Brazilian. I just have faith in him. I think Rodrigo.
But I like the
Rodrigo's
guy.
gonna be that guy.
I like the guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just
And more specifically, Rodrigo over Vinicius. Just to stress that. I
Both
think Vinicius. I think both of them could be great. I just think there's something about Rodrigo which is just
bro, you know what Vinicius is? He's a very Raheem Sterling breakout season at the moment. He needs to calm down in the box. He needs to start slotting more instead of just wrapping his foot about around it. Like, just calm down a bit. But nah, you know what, guys? This has been another great Let's Talk Goats. Yeah, episode 102. Like, comment, subscribe. We didn't even do none of that customary stuff because we don't need to. At the end of the day, if you watch this far, you the real ones. So let us know below. Once we get to a point where we actually get a lot of views, we'll start doing listeners' questions. Unless you guys want desperate for us to answer any questions now, holler in it. But Ethan, you want to add anything?
I'm just gonna say, if there is anyone you think we need to add, watch out for that we haven't mentioned, anyone at all, in the comments. One name. That's all we need.
One day. And you know what, bro? We almost on 400 subscribers. So do us a favor and subscribe to the thing, innit?
Yeah, well, support the cause.
Support the cause. But all in all, it was a pleasure. See you at the quiz, my brother.
100.
See you later, bro.
Yeah.